birds, I believe I just go like...
What's your biggest fear?
What would be the fear of touching a frog?
1 in 5 of us have a phobia, a fear that runs our life.
When I see a hedgehog, I freeze immediately.
Even talking about buttons makes me anxious.
They can be obvious, they can be a bit odd, or they can be really weird.
When I see baked beans, I just get like a vomity feeling.
The good news is they can be treated.
It's bones.
Yeah, it's bones. Right now, tap for it's bones.
It's bones.
Oh my gosh!
Okay, so you're going to have these odd sensations.
Bad news is you'll have to face your fear.
Crow, just how big that was. I'm not going that way. He knows I'm here. Pigeons, I hate them with passion. They are my all-time worst birds. It is the wings, it is the throat, it is the sound that they make. It is the sound that they make. See, I wouldn't go down there for love nor money. I wouldn't do it. The other day, I was walking down this part of the road because it was late and I didn't want to do the detour. And I came down and there was pigeons here on both sides of the road, so I couldn't get down either way. So I thought, frig it, and I started to run this way while there was one there. And the pigeon started running towards me as I was running this way, so I ended up running all the way down there and running like a lunatic from a pigeon that it wasn't even coming to get me.
This is a classic phobia. Charlotte's fear is running her life.
It takes a lot of time out of my day because if I see pigeons, I have to do a complete different route, and sometimes I might not even know the quickest route to go down, or if there's even going to be pigeons down the other route that I take. So it's a catch-22. It's just basically ducking and diving from pigeons wherever I can. That's why I say I'm a bird watcher. Different days, different things will affect me about a bird. Some days I'll see a bird sitting down and I'll just freak out because it is sitting down. You don't normally see a bird sitting down. I don't normally see birds sitting down. Sometimes I see birds, you know, they've just got that stomp. They've got no real feet, and that freaks me out. Sometimes they're different things. Sometimes they just look really, really dirty. Coming, you see they're coming. Look. So now, to get past here, I'm going to have to cross the road. Will you shoot them for me, please?
What?
The birds. I don't like birds.
You don't like birds?
No.
Why?
I don't. You shoot them for me, please.
You want me to talk for him to take?
No, to get the birds. Is he going to get it? What is he doing? Oh, he's crazy. I would never do that. I mean, that bird is going to tell its friend, and then the word's going to spread, and then they're going to come. The only way I'm ever really going to get away from them is if I get over my phobia.
I've never even smelt a baked bean. I've never tasted one as far as I know.
The wolf, spider, they are horrific.
Frogs and toads.
Big, hairy, horrible thing with bent legs.
I think it's the fact that they jump and they startle me, because they do startle easily.
I can just picture them bubbling on a stove top, and that makes me feel like vomiting. What should we have for tea then?
Beans.
No, you can't have beans, James, you know
Beans
that.
butter.
Phobias can turn something as mundane as the weekly shop into the stuff of nightmares. Robert is about to enter the Isle of Fear.
Oh no. This is disgusting aisle.
It's the best aisle.
You can see them coming up there now, so I'm going to have to move away. The colour of the tin. Put them down, James, that's really... Put them down, honestly. Colour of the tin, I know what's inside them. Horrible.
Well,
James, please put them down.
Dinner.
No, put them down.
You can.
Disgusting. James, please put them down. The tin, and I can just picture what's inside them. Horrible. Really bad.
Stupid, Dad.
I feel a bit silly, really. Just silly because of my job. And I don't know how would you get by that one. It's a hard one.
Some phobics successfully avoid the thing they fear most. But Robert's a chef, and it isn't that easy.
Can you wait until I put the bacon on there for us?
Well, we can't carry on. We've got about another 10 to go out here. You're going to have to get a grip with the beans, mate.
That's just the way, mate. I can't do it. Sorry. You're pretty mean letting me do it anyway, aren't you?
Don't tell me there's a phobia with tomatoes as
There,
well.
slightly, just a little bit. Just a tiny, tiny
There you
bit.
go.
No. And can you hand it over now, because they're on the plate, aren't they, so...
Big breakfast. Everything's got to revolve around you.
Yeah, well, it's just the way it goes.
Breakfast. When we're doing the breakfast, I've got to be on that side, doing the little bits and bobs, putting the tomatoes on, putting the beans on.
What do I do?
You're doing the bacon, you're doing the main side of it. Hard stuff.
Yeah, well, you're doing a pot
We'll
of
do
them
the beans
things.
then. If they're easy, you do the beans.
And you can wash that pot as well.
I'll get
what you
another
put 'em in.
assistant.
Oh, nice one. Be interesting just to find out what actually started it in the first place, because I've got no recollection of anything. My parents haven't, nobody has, so it'd be nice to find out what it is, and then I can get on with my job properly.
Why don't you go and see someone, Bob? Why don't you go and see someone about it?
I'm not being hypnotised for nothing like that.
Hypnotised?
No, no
Someone's
way.
got to go on, Bob, because I tell you now, well, I'm having beans on toast.
Well, you can sit on your own because I'm not sitting with you, with them on toast.
Yes?
Most of my clothes, when I go to buy them, I look for things like Velcro on pockets or zips, handy little zips that fasten up like this.
I find them somewhat very uncomfortable. You know, they are small, they move extremely fast with a long beak sort of mouth, shall we say. And I find hedgehogs very disturbing in many, many ways.
The actual thing about buttons that I dislike is the plasticky feel, and it's horrible. It's hard to describe.
The path in front of my door is concrete. But nevertheless, I don't know why they hang around there. Are they looking for me?
Pearly queens and kings. Now, if one of those come and sat next to me, I think I'd vomit.
The fear is that sweat will run down your back, and fear is that you would look for the door and you would look for an excuse to go, and that is what I call fear. The only way I can describe it is a feeling of frustration. It's if you've got a disability. I can't pinpoint the problem, it's a fear factor. It must be a fear. It's just people watching me, and if I make a mistake, it's highlighted, and I don't want to be highlighted. It's such a simple, silly thing that who wants to admit they've got a phobia of writing in front of people? No one wants to admit that.
It's taking Derek iron control to hold his pen in front of us.
I'm a typical London type of guy, kid, who's actually worked his way up. But the only thing that got to me at times is when I had to do something in front of my colleagues who come straight from university. It's a fear factor of being highlighted that you couldn't write, or you felt a failure in something. I was at a sales conference 24 years ago, and someone asked me to write a cheque. And when they asked me to write a cheque, it was the person's name, but the name went blank from my mind. And from that moment onwards, I found that in my mind, every time I went to pick up a pen or write, it created a problem. In my subconscious mind, it created a problem that I couldn't write.
Derek works as a travelling salesman. He dreads writing order forms in front of his clients.
You think about it all the time, you wake up with it and you think about it and you go to bed thinking about it and it's on your mind. 90% of your day is thinking about your problem. Good morning, Mr. Burton.
Looks like a bigger range than last year.
Yeah, it's slightly bigger than last year. The striped T-shirt, as is. And to go with that, which is a nice pair of plain. My job is being out on the road selling, and very successful, because I wouldn't like to show anybody there was a problem.
Very trendy, look at that.
Yeah. Double zip front, very nice. Microfiber again, nice fabric, same price as the other one. Glasses, knee pen.
Derek's struggling to write in front of his customer.
On this we'll do the 12 to 18.
And the colours we're going for?
Just the cream on this one.
Okay.
Please.
Sometimes, within minutes of me starting to write, it would kick in and I'll go into the stage where I say, I'll write this out in a minute, and I'll just go to one side and write the order out or whatever it may be. As I said, it's perceived as value for money. It is a good quality.
$7.25.
As you may have seen, it was, I've started off okay, I start okay, then I feel that I'm being watched, and then I feel the pressure creep into me and I start to tense. And that's when I have to pause, slow down, and I have a sweat pouring down my back, where I might not show that, but I can feel it throughout doing that presentation. I went through a stage where I wanted to break my hand. I wanted to break it to say to me when it was fixed, it'll be okay. I wanted to fall on my hand and damage it, or I wanted to do something to my hand which I could say to myself afterwards, now it's been put in plaster, and when it's come out of the plaster, it'll be okay. But I realised it's not the way around it. It was a psychological thing, and I know. But you think of all extremes to get rid of it, because it's total frustration.
Derek's phobia only affects him in social situations. It's readily treatable, and he's determined to do something about it. Untreated phobias can control your life. Charlotte's fear of birds means that she won't even enter her local park without the protection of her brothers. They're worried about her and have persuaded her to seek treatment.
Is there a car on it? Is it? Whereabouts is it? Is it right above? Is it? How high is it?
Well, they do you nothing.
Where? When I was about 4, and I ran into the front room and Auntie was in there. Yeah,
watching birds.
The film birds, and it was like...
She must have got nightmares from that night, and
it's
just progressed. Every time she sees pigeons, she must have gone back to that age when she was about 3, 4.
Yeah.
And just had this phobia against birds.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do worry because you don't know where she's going, and she could be running into the road and bus could hit her and things like that. And even lampposts, she could even run into a lamppost, you know what I mean? And that could be dangerous as well, so it is serious. And I think people just laugh and think it's funny, you know what I mean, because they're not going through it themselves. I hope she does get over it soon though, anyway, because it would be nice to walk down the street with her and she's not scared of birds no more and she can go
Trafalgar Square.
You're Nelly.
See her holding a pigeon, that would be
I wouldn't
wonderful.
hold a pigeon even if I was cured.
I'll just give it a kiss.
The best thing for me to be cured about my phobia is that I actually am cured, that I actually took the steps with the help of other people and, you know, my family pushing me and saying it is serious, you have to get over it. That would just be such an achievement, to be able to walk out and not be scared of a pigeon.
Fear has many colours. It can come as blackbirds, it can come as orange beans, or it can be green and slimy.
I do know some of the neighbours have got ponds around us. Over the last few years, they've been coming through the edge from the neighbours' houses, and we think they come up the drive as well. they can get across the road, because when they're going to breed and times like that, they go across roads and things like that. They don't all always get run over.
This is the garden they're trying to make into a fortress, impregnable to amphibians.
It's an attempt to make as frog-proof as I can. There used to be a big hedge here, to come right out to about here, great big hedge, higher than the fence, but underneath was all open, so there was big gaps in there, and the frogs and toads had come through as they migrated from pond to pond, I think.
I always come down the centre of the garden because I like the space around me, because I like to be able to feel that I'm safe and there's nothing going to jump out at me.
We caught a load of them against this wall because they seem to get there and then can't get any further, and they go up and down trying to get out. That's the only place I can catch them. A hell of a job if they get out in the open here to try and actually catch one.
I don't like the gap at the ends of the shed because I know something could get under there. I don't mind if it's mice or spiders, but I know frogs and toads like to be out of the sun.
It's been like a little mini safari. Me and my son, he's been around that side and I've been here, and we've been trying to catch all these little frogs, get them in pots and take them away.
There's no end to Eddie's frog-proofing schemes.
I've had ideas to put mesh over the bottom of it so that they can't, up to about there, mesh, so that they couldn't get in like another little door. But I think it'd have to be too fine. They're very tiny when they're small, and even the tiny one's frightening. If she's really confronted with it, that could panic her. All of a sudden she goes from being normal to being really scared, petrified, shaken.
It'd be nice to be free of my phobia. I wouldn't have this effect on Eddie. I'd just be able to go out, no worries. I could pick the washing out, bring the washing in, not be looking around me all the time. I've got to sort it out. Got to sort it out at last. It's gone on too long.
We wear polo shirts for work, and my boss wears his buttoned up to the top, and I find it repulsive to look at his shirt buttoned up to the top. I have to wear my polo shirt undone, folded back, so I never have to look at the buttons or undo them.
Say, for instance, I was in the supermarket and someone brushed into me or whatever. My automatic reaction is to scream, because I think, even though it's irrational, that it's a spider.
It's always my doorstep, never the neighbours. They congregate in my garden, never the neighbours. And I see them on the road. I come off of the bus, the hedgehog will be around there. They'll be crossing the road more or less when I get home. Why? I wish I knew the answer to that.
Roberts decided to undergo cognitive behaviour therapy in the hope of conquering his fear of baked beans.
Let's just get a sense of what the most difficult thing to do would be. What would be absolute top of the hierarchy? What would be, I've cracked it, there's nothing else?
Actually eating
the beans.
Very hard to believe.
Right.
There are over 1 million people in Britain with phobias. The Warnford has one of the country's leading phobia clinics. It sees just 100 cases a year, and there's a 6-month waiting list for NHS appointments.
A picture of beans bubbling, where would that go?
80.
And what about serving?
Excuse me, I'm just getting a funny feeling there.
Yeah?
Probably same as emptying them into a saucepan. Serving them.
So cooking is actually worse than serving them, is that right?
Bubbling.
Right, good, okay. What about eating one bean? One baked bean?
Treatment can, to the outsider, look surreal, but for Robert it's white-knuckle stuff.
I get the funny feeling. Sorry. That would just below the eating a plate of beans.
Yeah.
Worse than cooking.
So just tell me, so you've got this feeling right now, okay? Have you been able to kind of go with it okay?
I've just controlled it.
Right. What about, we might try next time you have the feeling of not trying to control it at all. and just seeing what happens. How would that be to do that? Just an
I'd just
experiment.
probably be sick if I didn't sort of go out, swallow.
That's a prediction that you're making, is it, that you'd probably be sick?
Yeah.
So should we test that out?
Well, I've been sick.
Yes.
In the past,
I understand that.
Yeah.
And as I say, if you're sick here, well, that's okay.
Right.
But let's go back.
This is classic talking treatment. The idea is to gradually expose phobics to the things they dread most.
If I tried to put one bean in my mouth, it wouldn't be like eating a plate. I've got my eyes watering now, so...
Yeah. Let's just check this out, make sure we... The handling...
It's just torture.
Sorry?
It's just torture.
You're doing well. And that's hard to think about. We haven't even got having a bath in baked beans down here, have we?
Oh, God.
So how would you feel if I got the tin of beans? You said that you'd probably...
Look away.
Look away. What about, you remember we said that actually, like, facing it and directing your attention to these things was important because looking away was just like actually going out the room.
Face the fear.
Yeah.
I'll stare at them then.
Do you want to have a go at that?
I'll
So
try
this is like a bit of an experiment.
Okay.
So I'll just do that. I'm just going out the room now. I'm going to get this out of the next door room.
I associate buttons with being poor when we was children, because my mother used to make us cut them off old clothes and put them in a tin. So I think that because I've worked hard and I've actually got, not well off, but money to me for my own, that I don't want to cut buttons off clothes, and I don't even want to associate buttons with being poor.
My dad used to make me clean out the chicken, and what I used to do is put on rubber gloves and clean out the inside of the chicken, and he would come and give me a beat on my head because he just thinks I was mad. He didn't understand the real seriousness of my fear of birds from even at that young age.
I remember quite clearly as a child, I was told by a friend of the family that a hedgehog, apparently the story goes that a hedgehog once bit someone at the back of the heel, you know, the Achilles heel, and would not let go. And the teeth of that hedgehog was going straight through the bones of that particular person. And eventually they had to kill the hedgehog so that the hedgehog would let go of the man's heel. So since then I've been extremely frightened of that. It's always at the back of my mind that I could be attacked by a hedgehog.
The thing I can remember first is the film Tommy. I remember seeing a man, I think it was a man bathing in baked beans. And that's all I can remember from the past. Disgusting.
This is the moment of fear for Robert. Face to face with a tin of baked beans and no way out.
Now I can look at them now because I'm such a brave boy.
Okay, where's your anxiety right now? Like on this scale?
I can't remember.
If you were to rate 0 to 100, how are you feeling right this second?
It's not too bad, but the irons tin seems to... It's stupid, I know that.
Yeah, it's what you're feeling. These phobias, they kind of don't make any sense to us, but
don't make much sense to me.
but one feels them. Okay. Can you see what that number is there?
No, I can't see it. No, I can't see the lights on it slightly.
Right.
No, I can't even see that.
Let's move forward just a little so you can see it.
Yeah. I still bloody can't see. 1869.
Okay, so what's it say? So hang on. Let's come back here a second. So you can just... can you read any... Is that all right? I mean, I don't want to... Can you read what
Established 1869.
Yeah.
And tomato juice.
Anxiety rating.
The heart's beating.
Yeah. So what's your anxiety now?
I'm getting, I don't know, I'm getting used to it. I can touch that, I'd probably touch that now.
Is that right? Do you want to...
I can touch that one anyway, I can lift that one up.
Okay, let's go with that one, all right. Why don't you... Yeah.
Because I don't even know what...
Okay, so let's do it with both. Now you've got that far. Let's use both hands here.
Can't believe I'm doing this.
Okay, hang on. Let's get really used to that one first.
Right.
Let's have
that just makes me feel a bit funny, baked beans.
Yeah.
Because I know what's in them.
Yeah.
Now.
Okay.
But the tin didn't do anything to me.
So hang on. So let's just have a look. But what?
Eat for 4 to 5 minutes. It says.
Is that was a hard bit for you?
That's
was it?
horrible.
The heating. So let's just hold with the front of it. When was the last time that you held a can of beans?
Right, I've never done that.
Good. Any feeling of sickness?
No, I don't know.
No? So that's still safe.
Because that's really stupid as well, because it's just the same as that one, isn't it?
Okay, so do you want to go with that one?
For Robert, beans means Heinz, and Heinz means fear. His phobia is brand specific.
I can pick it up, that one. Wow.
Okay, do you want to put the other one down first? Because it might be a good idea so you can really get to...
This looks really silly, doesn't it? But it does look really silly. Right, I've held it.
Okay, great. Do you want to hold it with the other hand as well, so you kind of get both hands on there and kind of grip it for me?
Can't believe we're doing this. Right, I can read it.
Okay. So tell me, what's the front say? Let's just read straight through the front now.
It's in this way.
Yeah.
Heinz, 1869.
Yeah.
8 beans. I've got a bit of a drive.
Yeah. So you're getting that.
See, I'm getting.
right.
This is stupid because it's just. I know that's the same as that. Exactly, probably. I don't know. But I'm getting a funny sensation more from the colour. It's just colour of the tin and the shape.
Because we imagine that this was actually probably the variety that, you know, if you did have an experience getting sick with them at one stage very early on in your life, it seems likely on the face of it.
I don't know how long that tin's been that design.
Yes.
But it's probably...
I think it's been that colour for almost ever, actually, yes.
It's a bit more scary because of that as well. It's faster opening.
Right, and so what's that mean to you, that it might...
Well, it won't without my say-so.
Right, okay.
2004.
Yeah. So let's just let's just sit down there, shall we? Do you want to take it over with you?
Can I take that one?
Yeah, you can take them both if you like. I was going to say, actually, have them on your lap.
Don't ask me to juggle them, will you? On my lap.
On your lap. Just you know, one hand on one and one on the other.
Little babies.
Hands on rather than fingers on. That's it. So you're actually getting a real good feel for the tin. With both hands.
That's all them years. It's just my own fear. It's my mind.
It's your fear, that's right. You've got them vertically at the moment.
A label can do that.
It's amazing, isn't it? I've seen it before, I can promise you. It's extraordinary how little visual cues mean so much.
In a 1-hour session, Robert's made massive progress. He's never handled a tin before. The next stage will have him confronting the contents.
So what are you going to be having for dinner tonight?
A steak and chips.
No beans?
No beans yet. Next year, steak, chips and beans. But not tonight.
All this remaining fear.
All this remaining fear.
Of a frog's eyes looking at me.
Of a frog's eyes looking at me.
All this remaining fear.
All this remaining fear.
Of a frog's eyes looking at me.
Of a frog's eyes looking at me.
All this remaining fear.
All this remaining fear.
Of how I would feel touching a frog.
How I would feel touching a frog.
All this remaining fear.
All this remaining fear.
Of a frog jumping and touching me.
Of a frog jumping and touching me.
All this remaining fear.
All this remaining fear.
Some treatments for phobias can look pretty weird.
Good.
Paul calls his particular brand of therapy the emotional freedom technique. It involves tapping on acupuncture energy points.
The way it would feel.
The way it would feel.
The fear of how a frog would feel.
The fear of how a frog would feel.
And what would be the fear of touching a frog?
The feel of it.
The feel of it. Okay. Breathing gently. And out again. Good. Now move your eyes hard down right. Eyes hard down left. right again, left again, round in a circle, and back. Breathe in gently, and out again. Okay. It feels very cold and wet. Okay, when your own time, when you're ready. Now it's probably going to move. You're nearly there. Just do it once quick. Wait, once quick so you can get used to the feel of it. Just do it once quick so you can get used to the feel of it. One quick touch and then eyes hard down right, eyes hard down left, right again, left again, round in a circle and back. One quick touch and then so you can get used to the feel of it, okay? One quick touch.
I can't do it.
Hang on. One quick touch and then, like you did with me earlier, yeah? One quick touch and then pull your hand away. One quick touch and then pull your hand away. Pull your hand away straight away when you've done it. Okay, gentle touch and then pull your hand away. Gentle touch and then pull your hand away.
Will you keep its legs?
Yeah, I'll make sure it doesn't move. Go on, you're there, you're there. You're there, you're there. You're there. Go on. There.
No, I didn't.
Go on,
I didn't.
go on. You're nearly there.
I can do
One quick
this.
touch.
Yeah. This frog is not going to hurt me. No.
Go on. One quick touch.
Oh, touched it.
Well done. Yeah, yeah. Okay, but now you know what it feels like. So it's it's not a stranger to you now. So it won't feel any worse than that.
What? Bones.
Yeah, it's bones. Right now, tap 4, it's bones.
It's bones.
It's bones. Well done.
That's it. Yeah.
Well done.
That's it.
This is the first step. From here, Paul will get Sue to handle frogs on a regular basis. There are many different types of treatment for phobias. Derek has decided to undergo hypnotherapy in the hope of being able to put pen to paper with confidence.
Take your jacket off, take your shoes off.
Yeah.
Sit down, lay down, stand on your head, whatever's most comfortable for you.
Right, okay.
Excellent, yep.
Okay.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Well, what I'd like you to do first is just close your eyes for me. That's it, lovely. And just keep them closed until I ask you to open them. Excellent. If you wish, you can allow your mind to wander. But just know that wherever you may go, my voice will go with you.
John's hypnosis technique relies on changing the memory which first triggered Derek's phobia.
I want you now just to allow your mind to drift back 24 years. That very first instance when this happened. I want you just to nod your head for me when you've got that image for me. Good, okay, thank you very much. Okay, now when I ask you questions you'll be able to answer me, but remain deeply in trance. I want you to tell me, where was this?
It was in Leeds.
In Leeds. And what sort of building was it in?
It was a big exhibition centre.
What sort of day was it?
It was a sunny day.
Whereabouts in the exhibition centre were you?
Well, he was displaying confectionery. So he was on a large confectionery stand.
Was there a basic colour to the stand?
I can visualise green for some reason, I don't know why.
That's fine. What I'd like you to do is remember that scene, but I want you to change the colour for me. So with green, change it to a different colour. Any colour you choose. Try and see that with a different colour. Okay. And I want you to see yourself as though you're rerunning that scene, but this time writing that cheque, doing it easily, doing it without problems, just as you would normally have done. And you can allow your unconscious mind to absorb that image and slowly override the previous image. And you can allow the memories of how it used to be before that incident to come back to you. Those memories can come up through the mists of time, coming back into your mind, to the front of your mind, remembering how easy it used to be. You didn't even think, you didn't even worry. It's not a concern at all, just something you had to do, part of your job. Something you did. Just like breathing, almost. It's that natural, that easy. Those feelings can come back, refilling your mind, reinstating themselves. And those are the memories which will be prominent. That's what you will remember. From now on, always calm, relaxed and at ease when you're writing. Confident you can do this. It's a very simple thing, easy to do.
It might look peculiar from your angle, but my writing's definitely improved over the last time from this morning. I was with one of my dealers, so I know for a fact that the writing is definitely an improvement there. At times I still feel a bit stiff, but then I put my memory back, subconscious back to what he said when he said go back into totally breathing deep, relax your shoulders, think about the experiences when you first started, and change the colours, and then yeah, I think I can do that.
And what about work?
Work? Let's wait and see. At the moment I'm really looking forward to it. Looking forward to going to the call tomorrow, travelling to Wales tomorrow and writing out the orders there, and without any hesitation, without even being conscious of anybody looking. I don't think it should be a problem at all.
Charlotte has been undergoing treatment for her bird phobia, and the time has come for her to face her fear.
I'm just a bit tense at the moment.
Some years ago, I rented a bedsitter in London, many years ago. I'm going back at least 15 years ago. I left my window open. It was a ground floor bedsitter. And would you believe it, a hedgehog fell through the window into my bedroom. I was panicky. I had come home late in the evening, having been for a meal out. I didn't know what to do. I heard moving about when I came into the bedroom, having opened that. Don't forget it was only a bedsitter. That's where that was everything else was in that particular room. And that, I realized then it was a hedgehog under my bed, walking up and down, because there was no carpet on the floor. You can just imagine the little feet there, they made quite a noise. I was petrified. I didn't know what to do. If only then I had thought of something else, but I didn't. I didn't think about calling friends. And guess what I did, and I regret this for the rest of my life, believe me. I boiled the kettle. I chased that hedgehog with boiling water and killed it. It's something that I will regret for the rest of my life. I know they're harmless. I'm just frightened of them. It's my phobia.
Your body says go. Yeah, it's just like get away. I don't really think what's going to happen to me.
For the last few weeks, Charlotte has been seeing Anne Hackman, a cognitive behaviour therapist at the Warnford Hospital. Anne's brought Charlotte to a bird sanctuary so that she can assess her progress so far.
What's going through your mind? There is so many of them. Oh my gosh, that freaks me out. Oh no, I don't want to. There's so many. Oh my gosh.
Just have a little look, though. They're just as quiet and steady as anything.
I think this is a challenge. I don't think I'll be getting any closer than this.
What do you think will happen if you do?
I'm thinking that bird's going to jump on the ledge.
Yeah. Do you want me to test it out for you then? Yeah?
Please, yeah.
Okay. Hello? Any sign of jumping?
No, there's no signs of jumping.
Do you think you could sit, or is that?
Yeah, I can
sit
sit.
here.
No. Oh my!
You've done it, Charlotte.
Oh my gosh! A month ago, I would never even have come into Birdland. That would have been just like a death wish.
Yeah.
But now it's like the reality of birds and what they live for is just for their feed, and they don't really you know, they don't home in on my fear. They're not really out there to scare me.
Look at all these birds flying about and you're coping with it really well.
I'm not running.
You're not running.
I'm not running and I'm not screaming, and that is an excellent thing. I am so proud of myself.
You seem to just be so much better.
Yeah.
And it seems to me there's nothing much here that we can scare you with anymore in the park.
Well,
is that right?
Well, unless, you know, we go into a cage, which you suggested, but I doubt it very much. To show me what happens first.
I will. We don't want to go in too fast. We also don't want to go in too slow because we don't want to allow an option for the birds to come out. But if you look, like Turiko's going to fly across first of all.
Yeah.
So if I step inside the door,
yeah.
they're going to be vocal. They're only shouting because it's someone invading their territory.
Right.
Just stand here. It won't be a problem. I'll just close the door.
Right. I'm in a bird cage. All right.
Now, as you stand still, you've got avocets down here calling.
I'm so amazed. I can't believe I've done this.
Do you want to try moving a bit further?
No, because they might come back.
Over your head.
Right.
They're just as phobic about us, I think.
Right. I mean, I don't want to make them feel uncomfortable or anything. When
No, I won't.
Here.
I won't let it get to that stage. I mean, we're just.
Yeah, look. He's going. Look, he's coming. He's ready.
He won't come this way.
Right.
He's another one that'll fight. But if you go forward,
right,
he'll just walk back down.
I'm
the
not
slope.
too sure if I want to go up
there. No, you
there.
don't have to. You don't have to. Just try to the log first.
Yeah. Oh, I think this is as far as I'm going.
Fine.
Where's the avocets? Are they still?
They're still down in the corner here.
Right. See, this is what I do. I have to make sure I know where every bird watches around me. I have to know where they are. Oh my! I feel this is a wonderful experience.
If you can do it there, you can certainly do it when they're way up in the trees, then, can't
Yeah,
you?
I can.
That's completely different.
Yeah, I don't feel scared. My heart rate's not going.
Not at all.
I don't feel threatened. And I'm in their territory. Well done, Charlotte.
That feel good?
Yeah, that does feel really good. Brilliant, you're brilliant.
Go on then.
Wow, you did it. Oh, I went inside a bird cage.
And you went right up there and they flew over your head? What do you think?
I'm a bit overwhelmed at the moment. I want to start crying because I think I have just literally faced my fear. It was a part of my life. It's a part of who I am, and the challenges that I've done to overcome it. You know, I feel like a stronger person. I feel like anything, sky's the limit now.
And where's the fear now?
There is no fear. There's no fear whatsoever.
Okay, so behind this, da-dum, is full array. Oh, God. Okay, so.
Last time Robert was at the Warnford, he held 1 tin of Heinz baked beans. In his second treatment, things are escalating.
How about opening that tin then?
I'll try.
Okay.
I'll try in a bowl.
In a bowl?
Yeah. I'm going to try it.
Okay.
I feel myself getting up and bothered. I'm going to try it, put it in there. Oh.
Okay, so let's keep your let's keep your let's keep real conscious about this. So let's actually look at them. Okay, then just turn them round in your hand. That's it. Okay, good. And just hold them there.
I'm going hot. I can feel myself going up.
Okay.
I'm going to pour them in. Oh God, I felt a bit sick then.
Okay, so you're going to have these odd sensations.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Oh God, I was really nearly sick then.
Yeah. It's very, very deep, isn't it? It's very physical for you.
Ah, God.
It's a deep...
I'm going to pour them, but
yeah,
not look.
no, let's look. Let's open our eyes. Yeah.
God.
Okay. Oh, Jesus. How many individual beans are there in that plate?
About 30, 50, 40.
About 40. Okay. Do they make any particular pattern there?
No.
They remind you of any country?
Hellland.
If we moved that bean across to there and added another one or so, that could almost be Australia, actually. I think that's a pretty good representation of Australia.
That's disgusting.
Yeah? Haven't got that quite right, actually. We just need to bring that up just a bit more in the centre there. That will become more like Australia. It's not very good, but still. Okay, so...
Could you hold them for a sec?
All right. Yeah.
I'll have a look, I'll just
all right.
focus
If
on
you
it.
keep looking at them, yeah. So how's your anxiety level right now?
It is high.
Okay, like what?
I've just seen them drip on the floor as well, that's disgusting.
So, in terms of that 0 to 100 scale?
80.
About 80. Okay.
And I don't know why.
Okay. So you've just taken an enormous step, haven't you? Can I give them back to you? Great. You've just taken a step which you've never taken in your life before there. So it's...
I've avoided it all the time.
Yeah. So this is pretty momentous for you, isn't it? The fact that you're holding a plate of beans. And
it's wonderful.
Yeah. How would it be to actually now put them onto a pan and heat them up? So we might just observe it bubbling, yeah, for a little, as and when it starts bubbling.
I'm just seeing one bubble.
Have you?
Sure I have.
I don't... Oh, yes.
I don't think I'll ever eat them, but I can work with them now. I can do most things. So 90% cured. It's unbelievable, isn't it? 35 years.
He really does look full of beans, doesn't he? Oh dear. Can it be true that where you come from determines what sort of person you're attracted to? We investigate in the first of a new series, Whatever Turns You On, in just a moment.